September 2023. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this afternoon, federal government allays fears of indefinite strike as NLC ultimatum ends. Security agents take over major roads in Kano following nullification of Governor Yusuf's election. Community asks NOSDRA to publicize outcome of oil spill investigation. On the foreign scene, ousted Niger leader appeals to ECOWAS to free him. I am Constance Mega. As the 21-day ultimatum issued by the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) ends today, the federal government says it has no fears about a potential economic shutdown. The Minister of Labour, Simon Lalong, said this to State House correspondents after a private meeting with Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja, yesterday evening.
We are here in the office of the Vice President as part of our continuation with dialogue with the Nigeria Labour Congress on so many issues that we discuss and also follow up. Mr. President is not around and the Vice President is around. So many of the issues will also continue with the Vice President so that there will be smooth, harmonious relationship with the Labour. We're very fine with them, with the Nigerian Labour.
Well, the minister says he remains optimistic about the situation.
And the posture of the President too is towards good welfare for the Labour in Nigeria. So we have no doubt. That's why many of the meetings we had with them, we are not ending up boxing ourselves. We are smiling, all of us, with hope that the best is going to come. That was why I said it's a friendly engagement we are doing with them. We didn't have any fear about some of the things they put and some also the suggestions and then the package that is being planned by the federal government.
Well, this is despite the last meeting with the NLC on Monday, which ended without any resolution. The union had handed down the 21-day ultimatum on September the 1st over the delay in sharing palliatives, saying it might be compelled to declare an indefinite strike if its demands were not met. It said all is set for a total shutdown of the economy, which would start at the expiration of the ultimatum on Friday. Away from that, the Rivers State Police Commissioner Wonye Emeka has been urged to publicly disclose the identity of the officer responsible for the killing of Alafuro Peter Side in Port Harcourt. In an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka, human rights advocate Charles Jaja says revealing the officer's name would boost public trust in the ongoing police investigation.
Let me thank the Commissioner of Police in the state and the DC in charge of the state CID. They've gone ahead to show us that they will not condone any nonsense with any officer in the state. But I think where I have concern is that the CPD mentioned the name of the erring officer, but I think it would have been in the best interest of the public and the police force as well to ensure that his name was mentioned and he being also decommissioned openly in the full glare of the camera, so that the public will see that the police formation have really disengaged from its services.
Also, some residents of Rivers State who called in on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire show say ensuring transparency and accountability on issues like this will help to build trust between the police force and the communities they serve.
The dismissed police, they should please show his face. So when we see this man, we know the man is dismissed. Not that they will transfer the man to another place. Let them show the man picture. Let us know the man. That this guy is dismissed from police. So when we see them on the road, we will be able to know.
How can you withhold the name of a man who killed somebody? Are you trying to protect or defend the image of police? We should know him so that when we see him standing on the road tomorrow, we could be able to police put more effort in coping other crimes.
On the 4th of August, a police officer shot and killed the late Mr. Peter Side in the presence of his wife and 3 children at a well-known bar in the Alikahia axis of Port Harcourt. Well, recall that CP Emeka Wonyi confirmed the dismissal of the officer involved in that incident. Security agents have taken over 4 have taken over major roads in Kano State, enforcing the 24 hours curfew imposed by the state government last night. Well, this followed the nullification of the election of Governor Abba Yusuf of the NNPP by the tribunal. The tribunal judgment caused tension around town as residents rushed home before close of business. Meanwhile, Governor Abba Yusuf has instructed his legal team to appeal the ruling of the tribunal, which sacked him from office. While speaking in a statewide broadcast last night, the governor said the judgment was full of faults. While calling on party supporters to be calm and law-abiding, he reiterated that the ruling will not dampen the administration's spirit in fulfilling its campaign promises. Well, Kano State Government House correspondent Abdurrahman Balarabe Isa reports that the governor assured that the administration would exhaust all legal options to reclaim its mandate up to the Supreme Court. Also, the national leadership of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has rejected the tribunal's sacking of its only governor, Abba Yusuf. A statement signed by the party's acting national chairman, Abba Ali, described the ruling as laughable and a miscarriage of justice. Mr. Ali alleges that the tribunal unfairly subtracted over 165,000 votes from the governor's tally to favor the APC candidate Nasir Gawuna. He said the lopsided judgments cannot stand on the altar of natural justice and the party will appeal the ruling. But in a swift reaction, the APC national chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, said the party is ready to defend the appeal proposed by the NNPP. Speaking with BBC Hausa, the former governor of Kano State said the party's victory at the tribunal was not surprising due to their evidence, which confirmed a lot of irregularities during the election. But Dr. Ganduje said the Gawuna Garo administration will provide infrastructural development and boost the economy of the state. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, has expressed concern over the significant volume of cases, particularly those of a political nature, that judges are tasked with handling daily. Justice Ariwola advocated for a reduction in litigation and a greater emphasis on alternative dispute resolution methods, which he argues would reduce the workload of justices and conserve valuable resources. He, however, advised jurists to uphold their reputation and flee from temptations which might come with juicy gifts. Moving on, the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA, has visited the scene of an oil spill site in Eteo community, Eleme local government area of Rivers State, and a member of the community, Gift Victor, who confirmed this in an interview with correspondent Soibio Ruwari, advised NOSDRA to make their findings public as promised.
This said before a week time, they will come back, they will make a report and follow up and make sure that justice is being given to us. Well, what we are expecting from them, as they have said, they should keep to their word. All we are saying that let it need to be done. There should be a clean up on the Pale land, on the affected area. They had a meeting with the community leaders. They met the community leaders, some chiefs, the youth, and the committee that was set on the street.
Now, on his part, an environmentalist, Fineface Dumnamene, criticized the visit of the NOSDRA team.
They went to the community and nicodemously clamped the spill points before NOSDRA is now making attempts to detect what caused the spill and then try to carry out joint investigation visit. To me, this is medicine after death, because what are they going to carry out there right now? They are going to see the spill on the ground, they are going to see the devastation that the spill has caused, but they are unable to see the spill point. That's to be able to determine what has caused the oil spill, whether it is equipment failure or sabotage. I believe that this is an action that they have carried out that is going to end in futility.
Mr. Dumnamene also called on NOSDRA to live up to its mandate.
So I think NOSDRA will need to sit up, make the report of that joint investigation visit public, and I just pray that they do not blame the community for sabotage, even when they are unable to see the spill point that has been clamped. And they cannot also carry out the joint investigation visit without the involvement of the facility operator. It was only NOSDRA and a few officers from the Ministry of Environment that visited the site. They did not carry out the full, complete stakeholders that are supposed to be part of the process. And I think that NOSDRA should sit up and justify the salary they are taking.
Still to come, President Bola Tinubu's son, Sheyi, donates 15 million naira to son of late singer Mohbad. Stay tuned.
The details, the stories, with
Fire Academy in Sheda, Abuja, to allow for the training of private firefighters in order to stem cases of fire disasters in the country. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo disclosed this last night when he inspected facilities at the academy. Mr. Tunji-Ojo said every institution, commercial and social recreation center should have certified fire and safety personnel trained in the facility. In business, President Bola Tinubu has called on the United States business community to invest in Nigeria's bubbling market. The president said this after he rang the closing bell at the Nasdaq stock market in New York yesterday. And in entertainment, President Bola Tinubu's son, Sheyi Tinubu, has donated the sum of 15 million naira to Liam Aloba, son of late Nigerian singer Mohbad. The donation was made public on X by the special assistant on social media to the president, Olusegun Dada. Meanwhile, the creator of Seki Dance and drama, Yibo Koko, says music artists should seek legal help before signing any contract in the creative industry. He said this on Nigeria Info FM's business show, Talking Figures, and he said carefully reviewing contract agreements with legal help before giving consent is essential to safeguarding the future and talents of artists, preventing any potential misconduct by companies.
Don't be in a hurry. Sometimes get a lawyer. If you believe in yourself that you're going to be great, walk through that vision. When they give you a draft of what you want to sign, don't just get excited because you're seeing someone else doing something. So once you get all of the peps, before you append the signature, get somebody to go through so that you look at all of the things, whether in life it might go through litigation or arbitration, or it is something that you can just walk away without tying yourself completely into that space.
Well, Yibo Koko also emphasized the need for young artists to dedicate time to nurturing their talents and creating content that can generate income. Well, he called for government engagement in the entertainment sector to foster a more comprehensive approach to supporting creatives and enhancing the growth of the industry.
The creative space allows for the creative themselves to be positive, and the government involvement in that positive conversation comes so that it becomes holistic, that you're not reliant on certain things that you think that you owe someone when your cell phone is international, because anything you put on in that cell phone that you've created from your backyard can be monetized anywhere in the world if you know how to do it right.
And in sports, Super Eagles have dropped to 40th position from its 39th place in the latest FIFA rankings released today. The Super Eagles, however, maintained 6th position in Africa, while the Carthage Eagles of Morocco remain the top-ranked team on the continent.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Ousted President of Niger Republic, Mohamed Bazoum, has appealed to the ECOWAS to free him. His lawyer, Seydou Diagne, filed a lawsuit with a court of the Economic Community of West African States on the 18th of September. Well, the lawyer said the lawsuit invokes his arbitrary arrest and violation of freedom of movement. Well, that's the news this afternoon. But before we go, let's take a look at the recap. On the news this afternoon, you heard that the federal government has dispelled fears of indefinite strike as the NLC's ultimatum ends. Security agents have taken over major roads in Kano State following the nullification of Governor Abba Yusuf's election. A community is asking Nostra to publicize the outcome of an oil spill investigation. On the foreign scene, ousted Niger leader is appealing to ECOWAS to free him. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. Partly sunny weather in Port Harcourt this afternoon. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I'm Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good afternoon.